Bookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to wager on your favorite teams. Use promo code RADIO right now to get your exclusive double your money offer. That's mybookie.ag, promo code RADIO. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.
Now, the TireOutlet.com drive of the game. TireOutlet.com. Wholesale prices, premium service.
The teal and black would take the air out of the Mile High City with their final drive. The kid with the stash would get the team in the field goal range with 4 seconds left. And Josh Lambo would deliver the final blow from 33 yards out, completing the comeback in Denver. The final drive would last 8 plays and go 60 yards. And is your Tire Outlet drive of the game.
We all have a game face, and yours can win you a new set of tires. As a Year 2 Jaguars partner, Tire Outlet presents their free tire giveaway. Mike Dempsey here, folks, and during game day, all you do to enter is make a Facebook post of your game face using hashtag Tire Outlet. So show your pride and enter to win the free tire giveaway. Post your game face on Facebook with hashtag Tire Outlet. Did I mention $50 off a tire and wheel package Mondays after each game day? Tire Outlet, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Give us your hot take.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
On the 1010XL text line, built by Lifetime Enclosures.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Be part of the conversation. 641-1010.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy of Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. We are gearing up for this year's football season and are excited to offer medical coverage and support to 15 area high schools and the University of North Florida. To learn more about our sports medicine team, please visit se-ortho.com. Our team is composed of 5 fellowship-trained, board-certified physicians, the absolute best doctors in the business, who are experts in sports medicine. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, online at se-ortho.com.
Attention Jags fans, this is your chance for you and 3 of your friends to fly to Atlanta to see the Jaguars take on the Atlanta Falcons December 22nd. All you have to do is download the free Money Pages app today, and you can enter to win airfare, hotel stay, and tickets to the big game, all covered. The savings don't stop there. When you download the free Money Pages mobile app, you'll unlock great local savings on the go. So it's simple. Pick up your phone, go to the App Store, and search for the free Money Pages app. Good luck, and go Jaguars.
Hi folks, Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. I've told you for the longest time, if you need a new pool, it's Stanley Pools. Call them at 269-7277. New pools, remodeled pools, pavers, fire pits. They do it all, and they do an outstanding job. And they have done it in this town since 1988. It is a true family business, and they truly are the best in the business. I trust Stanley Pools. Call them today, 269-7277 for the best in the business, Stanley Pools.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have, and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Mark Anajar from the Law Office of Anajar and Levine. Notifying the police is always a good idea. They can assist in documenting the accident and being a good source of information. Always put your health first and get medical attention if necessary. Take pictures if possible. If you've been in an accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Office in Jacksonville.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
All right, so we look at this little American Football Conference thing. Well, give me an overview, Hayes. You've covered the league for a long time. You're an NFL guy. Is the league have fewer great teams for a reason? Does it have more pretty good teams? So it seems like the separation isn't there. How do you read that?
I think what we're in right now is a time where the NFC is pretty stacked and the AFC just hasn't kept up. Now the AFC will say, well, we've had the Patriots, and that's certainly a great dynasty, and they might win the Super Bowl again.
But more good teams in the NFC.
But there's way more in the NFC. I mean, you're looking at Dallas and Philadelphia are 2 really good teams in the East. The Packers, Bears, even the Vikings, who are 2-2. I'm not ready to buy in on the Lions, but they do have a winning record. The South with the Saints, Panthers, Falcons, and then you get to the West where you've got a 49ers team, that's starting to figure it out at 3-0. You've got Seattle, who isn't ready to go away just yet, and you've got the Rams that are really have been a juggernaut the last couple of years. So you go through the NFC and you see a lot of hope. You see a lot of young talent.
Very good point.
You get to the AFC and you see a lot of train wrecks.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Your take is dead on. I hadn't thought about it until you said it. The NFC has all those good teams. The AFC has, if you're sitting in Jacksonville's chair, a bunch of beatable teams. And I'm sure other teams think the same thing, and they throw Jacksonville into that beatable group. But as I look at this AFC, I think I am, and again, I've caught Minshew mania, admittedly, and I also will acknowledge the Jaguars aren't getting blown out, nor are they blowing anybody out. These are close games. I guess the Chiefs blew them out. But I guess as I watch this, I think as I sit here on Tuesday at 3:20 Eastern, I think the Jags are going to beat Carolina. Now, I may change my mind when we pick them on Friday, but I sit here thinking they're going to beat Carolina. That's where I am. That's what I think. I think they're going to harass. I don't think Kyle Allen's seen this. I know he played the Texans, and I know the Texans have Watt and Merciless. I get it. I know the rosters, but I don't. I think they're going to beat them. So all of a sudden, there's this whole stack them up we all laugh about. That's the big thing in the NFL. Stack them up. Got to stack them up. They might stack them up.
I think they might too. There is a concerning factor to me, and that is the fact that the Panthers' pass rush the last 2 games has been ridiculous.
They're very good defensively.
Yeah, 8 sacks against the Cardinals, 6 sacks last week against the Texans, which, of course, the Jaguars got to Deshaun Watson as well. But the Jaguars' pass rush disappeared in Denver. And so that's the one thing that pass rush absolutely has to come back, especially if Jalen Ramsey is not going to play.
You know, I think it's interesting with Kyle Allen. Certainly it's a great point about their pass rush. But to me, that's what I keep getting back to is, you know, they won last week, but they won with 16 points. I mean, Kyle Allen fumbled 3 times, didn't throw a touchdown pass. So, you know, now you're starting to see Kyle Allen is a great story, and talked yesterday about his passer rating is better than Minshew's. Even he's thrown half the passes, but the what he's done has been impressive. But he is doing some things that will lose you a game to the Jaguars. If you can't protect the ball in the pocket, then the Jaguars certainly have the players that can target the football. We've seen Josh Allen do it already. We know Calais Campbell and Yannick Ngakoue can do it. So, and I think the Jaguar front will be extremely motivated by the fact that it wasn't their best game in Denver. So I would anticipate, we talked about, having an edge and who has an edge this week. Do the Gators have an edge? Well, I think the Jaguars have an edge as well on that defensive front. Maybe not so much as a team, because I think the offense is probably feeling pretty good about itself after the great rushing performance. But I think the defensive line, who is as prideful as any group in the league, I bet you that they weren't thrilled that they couldn't get to Flacco. So I think for Kyle Allen, it could be a long day.
But I think part of the reason, all the talk about Flacco, all the talk was holds the ball, takes too many sacks. I promise you, if you'd have been at Denver practice, getting the ball out, it wasn't really a quick game because he dropped. There was a lot of naked. There was a lot of that. There was an awful lot of naked and isolate him. But so I'm not going to say it was a lot of 3- and 5-step drop because it wasn't. But it was certainly a lot to get the ball out of his hand quickly. And let's be honest, he had a cornerback he could take advantage of. Trey Herndon making his first start. I thought, and you're right, the pass rush, but the pass rush didn't forget how to pass rush. They harassed the Titans with 9 sacks and who knows how many hits. Then all of a sudden they don't get to Flacco and we have this, have they forgotten how? Well, they haven't forgotten how to pass rush. It doesn't work like that. You don't forget how to pass rush a week later. People game plan. The Broncos game plan for the Jaguars. They got all over the Titans. The whole plan was get the ball out and give them credit. They got the ball out. And it was easy to get the ball out if you had a struggling corner who you probably could pick on. Cortland Sutton and Emmanuel Sanders are pretty good. And Trey Herndon was going to have a tough time against those guys. So I'm not convinced all of a sudden you don't get to Flacco, so the Jaguars pass rush is never getting to the quarterback again. I don't believe that. I don't think it works like that. If they don't hit Kyle Allen and they don't hit Bridgewater and they don't hit Sam Darnold if he's back, well then I'll feel differently. But I don't. We sometimes react to one game. All of a sudden the Jags can't rush the passer because they don't get to Mahomes. All of a sudden Saxonville's back because they sacked Mariota a bunch of times. all of a sudden now they can't rush the passer again because they don't get to Flacco. Things change week to week in my mind.
Sure, and in Trey Herndon's first start, I mean, Jalen Ramsey had DeAndre Hopkins. The rest of the guys on that team, they're not bad, but the other receivers aren't nearly as good as him. In this game, Trey Herndon was going up against, like you said, some really good receivers. We talked about whether or not this Jaguars offense has an identity. Hayes, do they come into this game and say, we just showed you we're going to run the football and we're going to run the football, or do they continue to pass on first down?
No, I think it will certainly be Leonard Fournette, left, right, up the middle. I think they certainly feel comfortable letting Minshew throw it. And I thought they showed tremendous confidence in letting him throw it so late in the game once they were already in Lambeau's range for the game-winning kick. But I just think that's their identity, and that hasn't changed. I still think it's run the ball, play good defense, play good special teams, and win the game. I don't think they're at the point where they're going to enter a game, particularly I think with the talent that Carolina has, and say, we're going to put this game on Gardner Minshew and we're going to come out and see if he can throw for $125 in the first quarter.
Yeah, know this. Every NFL game, hell, every college game, there's a blueprint for the game, all right? And that blueprint is built based on what both teams see from tape from the other team's most recent game. So two things about that. So I think if all you do is come out and pound it with Leonard Fournette without showing the fear of a vertical passing game, you're not going to run it very well. But one thing we learned, is they are going to have to run to be any good. They are, and that has nothing to do with Minshew. I love the three. I think the three receivers are still the best kept secret in the league. I think they're really good players. I think, again, when I'm listening to that Denver broadcast in the bathroom at Mile High, and Dave Logan is doing the pregame, and he's talking to the Donatel. He's talking about having his conversation with Ed Donatel, who technically is the coordinator. Again, Fangio calls the plays, but Donatel's writing the script. And Donatel can't quit talking about how fast these three receivers are. They're three sub-4.4 guys. Now, I don't know if Westbrook, Conley, and Chark are all sub-4.4, but I got the point. They're really fast guys. Fast, suddenly they're polished. And he said, that's what people aren't talking about. So they're going to be in the game. But one thing we learned, so there's a blueprint. This week's Panthers blueprint will be to stop Leonard Fournette. That's the blueprint. It's going to be. There's no – Ron Rivera's a good coach. The blueprint's going to be stop Leonard Fournette. But so if that's the blueprint, whether that means 8 guys in the box, whether that means some run blitzes, whatever. I'm not smart enough. I'm not a smart enough football guy to know what that means. I am smart enough to know that's the game plan, is stop Leonard Fournette. He just ran for 225 yards. So you're going to have to throw some balls early in the game. There's always one thing about the NFL. It's not like 95 Nebraska, where we are so good at running the football with Tommy Frazier and Lawrence Phillips. We can do what we do no matter what you're trying to do. It doesn't work like that. The NFL is all about balance. If you can stop this, we're going to do this. If you do this, we're going to try that. And so I do think you're going to have to see the passing game early on. But I did learn. Baselli said this at halftime when we came back out of the second half. Baselli said, they forget all this other stuff. They better run the football. They better run the football, and they better be committed to running the football. And if they're not committed to running the football, then they're not going to win. And I wasn't sure that was how they were going to win the game. There had been no evidence to me all year long that all of a sudden they could be ground chuck and win, and that's exactly how they won the football game. So I think you're going to see balance. I'd be very surprised if there's not a lot of balance when they start this thing. And again, I'm confident of who they are. I mean, they're not great, but other than the Patriots and the Chiefs, I'm not sure anybody in the AFC is great. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of the segment. Is I thought the Chargers were closer to great. They're not. I thought the Ravens. They're not. I mean, I've watched them all enough now. Other than the Patriots and the Chiefs, there's nobody that would play the Jaguars on this field that I wouldn't think they have a chance to beat. I don't know if I'd pick them. I don't know if I'd pick them against every AFC team, but on this field, I'd pick them against most of the AFC teams.
And I think that's fair. Peter King, by the way, in his weekly Football Morning in America, said you're basically not paying attention if you don't have DJ Chark as one of the top 15 receivers in the NFL. So I thought that was good. And then one other thing, we never mentioned really Marquise Lee because he's not in that trio of super fast guys. But one thing, I went back and watched that 81-yard run by Fournette. Marquise Lee not only blocks for Fournette once, but he continues to go down the field after the first block and blocks for him again. So just to add to that receiving group, and obviously Keelan Cole caught an important pass too, but Keese is really important in that run game.
I hope Marquise has some value. My fear for Marquise Lee is not anything he hasn't done. He's coming back from a brutal injury with 3 different ligaments. It was an awful injury. It's just while he was getting better, the Jaguars suddenly developed a pretty good receiving core. They're suddenly pretty good. Chark is a good player. D.D. Westbrook can be a very explosive player for them. Conley looks like a pretty good player. We're not putting them in Canton, but they're pretty good players. They're compared to what this receiving core has been for a lot of years. So again, who in the AFC, take the Patriots and Chiefs off the ballot. What team or teams concern you the most? It can be the division. It can be the non-division.
If the game was here Sunday, I would pick the Jaguars over every team in the AFC other than the Patriots and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'd pick them over the Browns. I'd pick them over the Chargers. I'd pick them over any of the AFC South teams. I think right now with the momentum that they have and the lack of momentum at so many other outposts in the AFC, I would pick the Jaguars. Now, if they were on the road, I'd probably pick the Browns if the game was in Cleveland. I'd probably pick the Ravens if the game was in Baltimore. So it's one of those situations where I don't think they're light years better. But to answer your question, if I'm the Jaguars, they can absolutely get the 3 seed. That is an attainable goal as we sit here heading into week 5 of the season.
Yeah,
the 3 seed is there for the Jaguars.
And that's my point. That doesn't mean they're going to.
Right.
If I'm in Houston, I'm saying the same thing
Absolutely.
about the Texans. If I'm in Nashville, I'm saying the same thing. Hell, if I'm in Indy, I'm saying the same thing. If I'm in Baltimore, I'm saying I expect to have the 3 seed. I get it. The Chargers aren't ready to bury their team yet either. But there's nobody head and shoulders in that group other than the Patriots and the Chiefs who are head and shoulders. There's nobody else in that group. And even if I thought about the Bills, I said, okay, the Bills are 3-1. They did play a heck of a game against the Patriots. Am I just being closed-minded Jacksonville guy? You know what I mean? That I'm not considering the Bills are almost Jacksonville North. People don't really pay attention to them, and they're tough-nosed. And so maybe I'm not giving them the credit like someone in Buffalo wouldn't be giving Jacksonville the credit.
But their quarterback's out.
Yeah, but correct. And so and that will change them a little. And they weren't a real quarterback-intensive team.
Right.
But
they don't have
But he is
Minshew.
out. But he is out. Right.
In 2017, when the Jaguars started to kind of bully other teams, they went into games thinking they were going to win. I think this team needs to get to that mindset. They need to think and act like they are going to win. I'm not saying that they don't.
You know
That's
what
just how I
happens?
feel
You know what
about
happens on that, Lauren? Is I don't care if it's high school, college, pro. I don't care what sport it is. Every time you win, and we have the joke about stacking them up. Every time you win in succession, there's more of that. I promise you, the Knowles were not a very confident. I promise you that wasn't a very confident team. They weren't. You could see that lack of confidence in the second half of the Louisville game. They had already lost 2 in the end. They'd blown second half leads. You could feel this lack. Watching the game, I thought Louisville was going to come back and beat them. Louisville had a 4-point lead, driving again, and then FSU had the interception. Then they hit the big 2nd and 20 pass to DJ Matthews. Then they didn't cover Terry and the breakaway play. And FSU went on to win the game, okay? Gained a little confidence. By the time they played, I went back and watched that whole NC State game. I watched the first half before we went out on Saturday night. You could sense confidence coming. Now I'm not saying they're going to beat Clemson, but they're going to go into Death Valley with way more of what you're talking about than they would have had. So if the Jaguars win in Charlotte, I promise you they're going to come back expecting to beat New Orleans because you got to see it. Players have to see it, man. They have to. No matter athletes love to talk. There's more talking in sports than anywhere, but you have to see it. You have to feel it, and that's what happened with the 17 team. The Jaguars hadn't been good in forever. They were. It was the longest time since but they win, and then they get a bunch of sacks, and then they'd get a pick 6, and then and then Leonard Fournette would get loose, and all of that kept happening, and then they felt that confidence. So you can't make that happen. That happens by winning games, I think. So, all right, well, it'll be fun to see Jags in the conference against the AFC. By the way, the answer to the question I asked you, what teams concern me the most in the conference? And I'm probably like you. If the Jaguars played anybody in the conference here in the stadium, I could be coerced to pick them. I would not pick them over the Ravens on the road. I would not pick them over the Chargers or the Browns on the road. So those are probably the 3 teams, at least today as we sit here. Let's get it to Gator football. Is there a chip on their shoulder? Are they suddenly not respected? Or are they maybe not as good as people thought they would be? We'll talk about it after this. Stay with us on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Get ready for game day.
There's something good going on around here.
The weekend starts early with Pre-Game Friday.
Make the catch and keep the chains moving.
Brought to you by MyBookie and TIAA Bank.
Bring it up, let's go!
On 1010XL.
Hacker here from XL Primetime. Now, you've heard for a long time that I'm a sausage guy. Well, I have found my favorite sausage. Cugino sausage is great. From the hot, medium, or mild Italian sausage, Cugino sausage is my go-to. A family recipe made in small batches, and best of all, they deliver. Go to CuginoSausage.com to order your Cugino sausage. Use code 1010XL to get 10% off the ultimate tailgate package. That's CUGINOS sausage.com.
Cugino Sausage. Our meat makes your mouth happy. Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute continually strives for the highest level of orthopedic surgery and rehab care. Please welcome Dr. Lance Snyder to the Baptist South location. His specialties include elbow, foot and ankle, knee, shoulder, and sports medicine. Dr. Snyder has served as the team physician for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, Mandarin High School, and University Christian High School. Visit JOI.net for a list of all physicians and locations. JOI, where the pros go.
Florida, welcome to Save Yourself with Geico.
You gather some coworkers around your laptop to watch the funniest video ever.
So funny.
But nobody is laughing. You couldn't save yourself from the next 3 minutes of unlaughable regret. But you could save yourself hundreds by switching your car insurance to Geico.
Yes.
You could save on motorcycle, boat, and RV insurance too.
Nice.
Plus, the Geico Insurance Agency could help you save on renter's insurance.
Oh.
While your sense of humor has become your biggest problem, you should know Geico is the largest auto insurer in the state.
Okay.
Geico even has a 97% customer satisfaction rating and has been helping people save money for over 75 years.
Ooh.
And while your little video party isn't going as expected, you could expect more savings like federal and military discounts from your local Geico agent.
You couldn't save yourself from a laughless video flop, but you could save yourself hundreds with Geico online, over the phone, or at your local office.
Tired of cleaning your gutters after every big storm? A+ Gutters says no more. With their leaf and gutter protection, you'll never have to clean out those gutters again. A+ offers a 10-year workmanship warranty for any job, big or small. Call A+ Gutters, 924-5650.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com. Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
Catch more fish with Captain Kevin.
Cast your line right over there.
The Moe's Southwest Grill fishing forecast.
Some people like turtle frog legs in a country ham.
Brought to you by Ring Power, MyBookie, and Marine Max. Thursday nights at 8 on 1010XL AM.
Boating, fishing, water sports. Find your family fun at the brand new boat show at Nocatee, October 5th and 6th. Pontoons, ski boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and personal watercraft at the absolute best prices of the year from the area's top dealers. Best of all, free admission. Come ready to shop, compare, and save. October 5th and 6th, the boat show at Nocatee. 400 Nocatee Center Way, Ponte Vedra Beach. It's a free boat show. Details at boatjax.com.
Life is better with a boat.
This is Joe C., and I'm happy to recommend the Bailey Group when it comes to serving businesses and individuals for comprehensive benefits packages and wellness programs. They've been doing it in Northeast Florida for a long time, and these aren't the type of people you'll see once a year when it comes to renewing your plans. Now, I've known Mark Bailey, Travis Cummings, and the team at the Bailey Group for years.
If you've never offered benefits to your employers, or you're looking to make a change in your current benefits situation, give Travis Cummings a call at 904-461-1800 or visit mbaileygroup.com.
This is the Mangler. By now you've heard my commercial for Advanced Disposal on our need for CDL drivers. As a result, we've added some good drivers to our team. However, we still have some positions to fill. We're looking for CDL drivers in Northeast Florida, especially in Clay County, St. Johns County, and yes, Duval. Come be a starter on our team. Earn a solid wage and get full benefits. Head to our website, advanceddisposal.com/careers, and get signed up today. That's advanceddisposal.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
What's up, North Florida poker fans? This is Allie McDeal from both Best Bet Card Rooms in Jacksonville and Orange Park. The World Poker Tour returns to Jacksonville September 27th, and there's no better time to lock up your seat in the main event than right now. You will find satellites into the $5,000 buy-in main event for as little as $120. Satellites are going on now. Get ready to take your shot at $1 million prize pool in the WPT main event. For more detailed information, visit them on the web at bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet, where anybody can win.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
They probably got 3 guys that could have been high draft picks last year that came back, and it shows a lot about their program and where they're at. We had guys leave. They have guys that came back that probably would have been drafted ahead of where our guys got drafted that left early, so they have some talent, especially up front on the defensive front.
Comments of Florida head coach Dan Mullen. I think he's taking a shot at some of his former players when he says they had guys stay that probably would have been drafted ahead of some of the guys that left. Not that that means anything for this year's team, but I think he's trying to send a message to some guys, stay one more year.
Polite's the one that annoyed him, by the way.
Yeah.
Who else came out early? Who came out early?
Scarlett, who didn't, but I don't think that
didn't annoy.
bothered him.
Which we'll see him, by the way, on Sunday.
But that didn't bother.
He's
And there was somebody else. There were 3. Weren't there 3?
Well, Juwan Taylor, who fell.
Okay.
So his point might be they
Yeah.
had 2 or 3 guys that might have gone first round.
But I'm telling you, but the Voshawn Joseph, that's right. Voshawn's the other one too. He might have been talking about Voshawn also. But Polite's the one I can tell you, the people that talk to him, that's the one that annoys him.
And he was right.
Yeah, because Polite came out of nowhere, and he thought Polite needed one. I'm telling you, that's the one that annoys him.
Well,
And that one's annoyed him since the combine. That one's annoyed him, and if he was talking about somebody, that's who he was.
Because it reflects poorly on Florida, how he's handled himself as a pro so far.
Probably, but I just think he felt like I'm just telling you. I can tell you for a fact the one that bugs him is Polite. He knew Juwan was coming out. He knew Scarlett had been there long enough. The Voshawn Joseph, I don't know where he stood on that one. I don't, but I know he was annoyed by I'm just telling you, he was annoyed. Grantham, they were all annoyed by the Polite thing. That I can tell you.
Do you think Jonathan Grenard has a place on an NFL roster?
I do. I think he's that guy. I think he's 6'4", about 260. He's that. You never know how good a guy's going to be at the next level. No matter how many people tell you, I can tell you how good he's. Nobody knows, but he certainly looks the part. I mean, he's getting off blocks. Now they haven't played a really good team yet, but he's getting off blocks. And you know what else Grenard does? He does things that older guys know how to do. You know that? He knows when to get his hands up. He knows if he's blocked and he's not getting there to do the next thing, whether it's get into a passing lane or whatever it is. He knows how to play.
So it comes with 5 years playing.
He's right. He's the 5th-year point guard that just kind of knows where the open guy is.
Such good instincts.
Yeah, he's got great instincts. And you can tell that from how much he's played. So the Gators now, are they suddenly chip on their shoulder team? Because I'm thinking, and I'm as guilty as, I don't think they're going to win this week. I can tell you right now, I'm probably not picking them because I think Auburn's got better players than Florida does. I'm damn sure not picking them at night in Baton Rouge, and I think Georgia might have the best team in the country. So I'm as guilty as anybody of, hey, not picking the Gator guy.
If Florida beats Auburn, does that change you at all in LSU?
So we'll have to see how I feel.
Okay.
We'll see how I feel. I don't think so, but that's easier. You have to watch that game to know if you're going to change. Sure. And I will hear from how did you not pick my team Twitter guy? There's no better Twitter guy than how did you not pick my team guy? And if you pick the team to lose and they win, then that guy's the offended Twitter guy can't wait to say, see.
Right. Please never pick us again.
Right. And buddy, I'm just telling you, I'm not being personal against your team. I tell you who I think is going to win the game. But so back to the point, can't you gain on that? Can't you capitalize on that a little? If you're Dan Mullen, good Lord, we've won 15 of 18 games since we've been here. We won 10 games last year. We rolled Michigan in a bowl. We started in the top 10. We haven't lost a game all year. And nobody thinks we can win in our stadium on homecoming. I think that's the play all week long, isn't it?
I think it is. And I don't know that we've seen Dan Mullen really be great puppet master yet in terms of, wow, this team was ready. I don't know. Urban was so brilliant at it. So I think Dan has seen it up close. And but I think this is a game in which you pull out those psychological stops. And I think we've already seen it. Calling out his offensive line. I mean, saying they're not doing enough. They think they leave here and because they had a good practice, that's it. And then, but they don't get that you have to go the extra mile. So you saw it with that. He hasn't played the undercard or the underdog card yet.
Not publicly.
But he probably won't in the media because
Right.
he just didn't play it Monday, and that's really his only time. But absolutely, I think it's something that he'll play with his own team in conversation. And look, I mean, the Swamp is one of the greatest venues in college football. So I think what he's going to tell him is, look, you're not an underdog because of that stadium. You're not an underdog because the fans are going to be in that stadium. You're an underdog because everybody thinks you're not as good as Auburn. And I do think that Florida will certainly have an edge to them. But I think this is a good test for Dan Mullen because I don't know that – I guess you could say LSU last year certainly was a game that most people thought LSU would win, and they were able to pull it out. But I think the great coaches can find that time when it's time to push the right button, and I think Dan's trying to this week.
Here's what I think, and I wonder. I haven't been to a Florida football game. I've gone to one game since I've been calling Jaguar games. Okay, I started calling Jaguars games in 2014. It's just too much to do. Even when the Jags are off, I don't go down. I kind of rest up because there's so much travel. So I haven't been in the Swamp in a long time. One time in 2015, it was the time that Treon Harris bounced the ball to Antonio Callaway, threw 20 yards behind him. I left at halftime. So they're playing FSU. Seriously, it was the 13-2 game. Remember that game? Whatever it was. I said, screw it, I'm leaving. I left at halftime, and it's the only Florida game I've been to since before I was calling Jaguars games. So it's been a long time. And watching that LSU game last year on television, we landed in wherever we were, and you and Hicken and I, you found us a spot to watch. By the way, you're on assignment this year. Let's be very clear about that. I do expect a seat in front of the big screen, wherever the hell we are, when I get off the plane. Thank you
The
very much.
best seat. He expects the best seat.
Well, he got me the best seat last. He got me the best seat last. He's 1 for 1. Okay, but to be clear, you've set the bar. Okay, so
Tim Hicken may be media mogul, but Frank Franchi's
I
getting
want
the best seat.
So I've got coordinators currently working the streets of
Okay,
Charlotte.
Yeah, okay. I knew you had advanced scouts. So, but so we watched the game on TV. But I'm serious about this. Watching on TV, I couldn't sense if the Swamp magic was there. It was a good home crowd, and they won the game at home. And Mike, were you there? Were you at the game? Were you at the Florida LSU game? You weren't. So I couldn't tell last year if that Swamp magic. Mike's our intern, who was one of our producers who comes in here and does our video stuff. But you were last year. Yeah, so he was in. He said Mike Steve was in the press box, but I couldn't tell if the Swamp magic was.
Well, it's open in the press box.
Yeah.
So
you could tell. But I've been there for Swamp Magic. We're in Charlotte, so we're not going. I think I'd like to be at this one because I got a hunch the Swamp will rear its head. When the Swamp rears its head, look out. When the Swamp decides it wants to participate, then there's not much like it. And I'll be Homer guy. I don't give a damn. When the Swamp decides it wants to rear its head, the Swamp can be nasty. I got a hunch. See, last year, even the LSU game, you weren't sure what Florida had. They had gone on the road and really battered Tennessee, so you thought maybe they're pretty good, but we weren't completely sure.
I wonder what they even were in the rankings.
They had lost to Kentucky at home.
Yeah.
So the Swamp didn't help much that day, and they had won on the road at Kentucky. So, but I never sensed that the Swamp magic, and if you haven't seen Swamp Magic, it's pretty amazing. And I didn't know if that thing had reared its head. I got a hunch this week. It'd be better if it was at night. But even in the daytime, I'll bet you come 3:37 Eastern, that place, I'll bet there's not empty seats this time. I'll bet those two corners aren't empty this time.
Costs about $200 to get into the corner upper end zone.
This week. But I'm just telling you, don't you get that? You guys get that sense?
Absolutely.
That this week, for the first time since he's been back as the head coach, he's going to have a 12th man. I really sense that's versus a freshman quarterback. So if you want to see what's going to advantage where there's going to be big advantage Florida, I think maybe that's it.
No, I certainly agree. And I think the other thing that works to the Gators' favor is Dan Mullen, I guarantee you, has plays dialed up for this game for just the right moment that Auburn has not seen whatsoever. He hasn't had to use them.
He's very good at finding the thing. He's very good. I said that to Lauren last year. Everybody's got the trick plays. Okay, every team, they practice the trick plays. They've all got them. The really good coaches know when to use them and when not to use them. They know when to dial them up and when not to dial them up. Last year against Mississippi State on the road, they dialed up that Kadarius Toney throw the touchdown. He knows when not to use it too early and when to use it. Yeah, I think you'll see.
He's
some of
also, by the way, just real fast. He's really good at fourth down conversions, kind of like Doug Marrone has been with the Jaguars. They know when to go for it, and usually they're successful on them.
Last year, going into that LSU game, Florida was 22nd in the nation, so probably not a lot of buzz.
Yeah, it just didn't feel watching. Remember, we were watching. You and Dan and I were watching on TV, and it just didn't feel like that LSU was rattled by the noise.
Right. And so this year you've got game day there. I agree. I think the crowd. If the crowd isn't great, the crowd will never be great again.
Yeah. The game day will be there. I just again, this is one that if the Jags played a home game, I'd sit in the press box and I'd try not to talk very much because loud makes your voice go hoarse. But this is one I'd go down there and feel it because I have a hunch this is the one where the swamp is back. So we'll see. The other problem is Kentucky clearly whipped Florida at the line of scrimmage. And it's obvious now Kentucky's not all that good. They lost by 2 touchdowns at Mississippi State. They got beat 24-7 at South Carolina. It's obvious they're not that good, and they clearly whipped Florida at the line. Clearly beat them at the line of scrimmage. Should have won the game. Florida beat Kentucky because Kentucky missed a 30-yard field goal. So there's problems in the trenches. Auburn's got probably the best defensive line in the country. I'm not even sure Florida dominated Tennessee's trenches. I mean, it was 10-0
because they didn't.
They didn't. It was 10-0 with 4 seconds left in the first half, and Trask had a quarterback sneak from the 1-inch line, and I'm not sure he didn't get tackled on the half-inch line. I mean, he probably got in. So Florida's not winning the trenches, I don't think. They're certainly not winning it when they have the ball, which means they better win it, and Grantham better be creative when Auburn has the ball.
Yeah, and Mullen has shown that he can scheme around that to some extent, but I think this is a decided mismatch in Auburn's favor. So I don't think the Gators can count on scoring 24 points. I think the recipe for a win here will be that you have this defense that, I do think that stuff is contagious. Sacks, takeaways, and they've done it at such a high level. You are facing a true freshman quarterback, albeit one that looks mature beyond his years, but a true freshman quarterback, and I think that'll be the key is can the energy from the crowd give the defense enough to play one of the most inspired games that we've seen them play in recent years.
Yeah, and I think Auburn comes into this game knowing that it's going to be an extremely loud environment, right? They're going to try and be prepared for that.
All the noise at practice, all
Absolutely,
that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
They're not going to come in and go, wow, it's loud in here.
And they just played in College Station where it's also very loud.
Very loud
That'll
there.
help them.
And even a neutral site game to begin the season
Right.
with a freshman quarterback, Bo Nix. I mean, defeating Oregon the way they did, I thought that was impressive. But I do think there are some holes in their game. It's just you're not going to find it if you watch the tape last week against Mississippi State.
Yeah, Auburn's good now. I mean, they beat Oregon, although that was a back and forth. Anybody could have won that game, but they won the game. They went to College Station and laid it to Texas A&M, and then I'm not sure Mississippi State's any good, but they're not terrible. And Auburn, it was 42-9 at the half of that game. So before Auburn quit trying, so Auburn's legit. Auburn might be better than any of them. So that's the beauty of this. Florida plays Auburn this week. Florida plays LSU next week. 2 weeks later, Auburn and LSU play each other. So this is kind of a round robin. All three play each other, even though 2 are from the West and 1's from the East. The one from the East plays both of the teams in the West. Lucky them, right? But because of the way it plays out, all 3 of these guys play each other in the month of October. We'll know a lot more. And then Florida finally, gets a reprieve and gets to play Georgia. Okay, but that's how this. It's going to be a good month, man. And so we'll see. If I'm Dan Mullen, it's chip on the shoulder all week long. How do they not think they don't think you have a chance and you're playing at home?
And it's tough for Malzahn to have that because you're coming off such a dominant performance. All Auburn is hearing on campus is you guys might be better than Alabama.
Right.
So it's probably a little bit easier for Mullen to get his team in the right spot than it is for Malzahn, but Malzahn may have a far superior roster.
I'll tell you this. Todd Grantham loves the blitz. You're playing at home with a crazy loud crowd against a freshman quarterback. I'm sending cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers, cheerleaders, the drum major. I'm sending Mr. Two Bits. I'm sending everybody. Don't you think?
Yes.
I might send. What's a high percentage of blitzing? If a blitz? Technically, a blitz is a fifth guy. What's a high percentage of blitz? 30% of the time?
I was going to say 40.
Yeah, okay, so that's 40 would be high, right?
Yeah.
I'm north of there.
Yeah, I would be.
If a fifth guy constitutes a true blitz, I'm north of 40. Yeah. And some of the times I'm sending 6 and 7.
And I think if you're Mullen, that's what you're telling Grantham, because that's your chance. Your chance is Auburn is -2 in turnover margin this year. So to Lauren's point of they have some weaknesses, that's one of them.
Yeah.
So you need that number to be around 3 or 4 to have a great chance to win this game, and the best way to do that is to get after them.
Let's stay in college football. When we come back, we're going to talk about a law in California that could change the game for the long haul. We'll discuss it after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hey, if you want a great insurance agent, let me recommend State Farm agent Craig Dewhurst. You call him at 940-9740. Really good guy, really good insurance agent. Life insurance, homeowners, automotive, no matter what it is you need, Craig will help you with it. He'll take a look at your policy. Are you spending the right amount of money? Are you getting the proper amount of coverage? Does it fit you, your life, your coverage needs, your salary? Craig will make it work, and then he'll be there when something happens. You want a great insurance agent? How about the best guy in town? Call Craig Dewhurst at State Farm today at 940-9740.
Wins on Sunday require great performances.
It is 4th and 1.
Performance Painting presents the high-performance play of the game.
Oh, how high can you leap?
On 1010XL. Performance Painting. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them the solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at PlumbingJacksonville.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Seriously, my dealership just fixed the transmission.
And Guy and his cheap transmission fluid.
We all know how it can be to go to the wrong place for transmission repair. Made up of over 800 pieces, the transmission is the most complex part of your car.
Note to self, don't let your hot neighbor fix your transmission.
So it's important to have it fixed by someone with the right training and experience. And no one has more of that than the experts at AMCO. People have known us as the transmission experts for over 50 years. From simple transmission repairs to highly complex custom rebuilds. If there's something wrong with your car, it could be the transmission. So bring it to the transmission experts at AMCO. AMCO. AA MCO. Get our comprehensive multi-point check free, a $79 value.
See AMCOJacksonville.com for complete details.
Frank Frangie here for Central State Bank, Florida's business bank, but also a bank you could trust. You see, that's the big thing. I've got to trust my banker. Trust that they are truly skilled bankers, but also that my needs matter. My bankers at Center State Bank know me. They know what I need. Whether it's personal, business, loans, or beyond, they know me and I trust them. In the world of banking, that relationship really matters. A bank you can trust. Center State Bank, with 7 locations in Jacksonville and St. Augustine, Florida's business bank.
Adamek Harley-Davidson is excited to announce the grand opening of our brand new dealership located in historic St. Augustine. Hi, I'm Mark Adamek and I'm inviting you, riders and non-riders, to come party with us on October 5th and 6th. We'll have food, drinks, giveaways, local vendors, live music from Big Engine, and more. Adamek Harley-Davidson of St. Augustine, one of the nation's oldest dealers in the nation's oldest city.
In partnership with PRI Productions. See dealer for details or visit AdamecHarley.com.
I love the fall in Jacksonville. You know what else is absolutely out of this world? The fall over at the Blue Crab House. Sit out on that deck, enjoy the best Bloody Marys in town. Absolutely a staple right here throughout the city. Located on Julington Creek Road in San Jose, the best seafood, crabs, oysters, it does not matter. Locally owned and operated going back to 1996. I'm talking about the Blue Crab House, located on Julington Creek Road in San Jose.
Hey Jacksonville, Safety Tom here with Remedy Staffing. With the heat blazing, it's time to break out the cold water, fruits, and veggies. Put away the large hot meals for lunch and grab some shade in a nice cool area during breaks at work. If you're new to the job, pace yourself. This goes for at home as well. Long days at the beach, kids' sporting events, doing work around the house. Keep the water flowing for you and your family. And remember, don't wait until you're thirsty. Drink plenty, early, and often. These are just a few simple tips for staying cool and hydrated from Remedy Staffing.
Hi folks, Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. I've told you for the longest time, if you need a new pool, it's Stanley Pools. Call them at 269-7277. New pools, remodeled pools, pavers, fire pits. They do it all, and they do an outstanding job. And they have done it in this town since 1988. It is a true family business, and they truly are the best in the business. I trust Stanley Pools. Call them today, 269-7277 for the best in the business, Stanley Pools.
StreamSong is home to Florida's highest-rated golf collection. StreamSong Red, StreamSong Blue, and of course StreamSong Black, which Golf Digest 2018 just named as the best new public course in North America. I'm talking about StreamSong Black. Of course, 4 fine and casual restaurants, a rooftop bar, spa, and 3 nationally ranked courses, StreamSong Red, Blue, and StreamSong Black. StreamSong. Check them out today. Visit StreamSongResort.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Geico. It's a huge matchup in the top 10 in Gainesville on Saturday. Number 7 Auburn, number 10 Florida, 3:30 right here on 92.5 FM. Dan Mullen looking forward to it.
The last time Auburn came to the Swamp was 2007. I think for the fans and for the players to have these games be played more often would be benefit for everybody. That's why you want to come in the SEC, to come play big games and to play against other SEC schools. So I think it'd be a great deal to get these games played more often.
Visit 1010XL.com to enter the Ernie Palmer Toyota 1010XL Weekly Pick'em Contest, where you have the chance to win a 2019 Crewmax Toyota Tundra, valued at over $50,000. At 4:01, 84 degrees. Your time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Hey, I want to get to this college topic, but we had a fun talk during the break. You made an interesting point. We talked about how loud the Swamp can get. It wasn't as loud during the LSU game last year as it was back in the day. Mike, our intern, was telling us that some people said it's as loud as it was since the Urban years. Well, I can tell you this. The loudest I heard it during the Urban years. Now, look, I started doing national games in 07, so I wasn't there very much, 07, 08, 09. I guess Urban was there 10 too. But the loudest I ever heard it during the Urban years was the Jarvis Moss blocked field goal. Lauren, you said the same thing?
Yes, it was insane.
It was pretty loud.
I went to every game that season.
Okay. Oh, okay. I
was covering it. It was
loud.
It was insane. Yeah.
But I didn't. But I was at that game, and I was on the field when the kick got blocked. I didn't think that was as loud as the mid '90s Swamp, which I thought was really insane. But you made a great point as to why, I think.
Yeah, well, I can tell you exactly. It's back when I was at Florida, you could leave, if you were a student, well, anybody, but you could leave the stadium and re-enter. So, we would leave the stadium with, assuming that there was a punt and the team was just going to take a knee as soon as it was over for the first half. So you might get a 45-second jump, which, look, when you're 18, 19 years old, you can cover a lot of ground, particularly when you're going to Alcohol. So, I mean...
Got to have a good first step.
Yeah, so, I mean, plus college halftimes are insanely long compared to the NFL. So we'd leave the stadium, go to the student ghetto, pound 2 or 3 drinks, and go right back into the stadium. And you can't do that anymore. I think they banned that. It was pretty... I think it was right after I left.
Leave, yeah.
We weren't able to do it when I was there.
They call that the Hayes rule, by the way, just in case you're wondering.
But I do think that affects it because... I think that affects you need for somebody to scream, to ask a rational person
I
to
must not be
scream
rational.
at the top of their lungs for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, they need some booze.
Right.
And when they can't really get that, I think it makes it hard. So I do think the loudness of the Swamp was affected by the no re-entry rule.
And that makes sense to me because I'll see people at Florida, Georgia every year asleep in their seats. So they had a lot to drink, obviously, before they got there. They come out super loud and enjoy the game. And then by about halftime, they fall asleep in their seats. So you are not going to get them up and loud for the second half.
Yeah, the Larry Kennedy play in 91 against Tennessee, the Warwick Dunn, right before the Warwick Dunn play in 93 on the 3rd and 10 from deep in their own territory, loudest I ever heard it. The loudest I ever heard it. And it was louder than the Jarvis Moss block in 2006 to me. Now, again, they're 12 years apart. Maybe you remember them differently, but at least I remember thinking that. So it'll be interesting to see if the Swamp regains that match.
It was loud. I remember being in the student section. The touchdown pass Auburn hit to Sanders.
Yeah, it was
right before. I mean, it was
mid-90s.
loud.
Very, very loud.
I mean,
very loud.
It hasn't been the same since they got smart.
It's all about the booze.
About
it's all the
booze
booze. So there you go. Let's get to this whole college football. The governor of California has signed into law. The law doesn't take effect for a few years, but 3 years, I think. But it is signed into effect a law that will make it illegal to not allow a college athlete to make money on his name, image, and likeness. Boy, oh boy, how is this thing going to manifest itself if, number one, California is doing it? Florida is among the states that is considering it.
They're going to beat them.
Yeah.
Because California would be
2023.
2023,
Yeah.
and Florida's would be 2020.
So I think a lot of the states are going to do this.
Pennsylvania's going to do it.
So if all these states do this, well, and you can't, in the end, the NCAA is smart. Mark Emmert first came out and said, well, we just won't have NCAA teams in California. Well, that was stupid, typically stupid. Since then, the NCAA's come out and said, no, we're gonna investigate this. We'll do what we always do. We put a committee together, and they'll investigate it and report back, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's going to pass. You're not going to be able to deny somebody that. So here's the thing. In conjunction with the four-game redshirt rule, how many guys will play 3 or 4 games, then Joe Booster from Ohio State will hire you if you'll come work at his car wash, which now, I guess you can't do that. That's not name, image, and likeness. Will hire you to sign autographs, which will be illegal, if you come to Ohio State. And remember, you can leave after 4 games, save your year of eligibility. It'll be as if you never played, and you're going to be able to transfer right away, which looks like that rule is going to be in place. It's going to be crazy. It'll change college sports like never before. Guys will be changing uniforms so fast you won't be able to keep up.
Yeah, it's over. College sports as we know it is over, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the athletes have, as soon as the money started to be pushed this far into the millions and billions, and as soon as we started seeing head coaches, pocketing $6 million or more a year, which is now very typical, and it was just a matter of time before I think the governments got involved in this, and now that 3 have, more will follow, and like Alabama will have this. I mean, as soon as Alabama thinks there's a chance that Florida might get a player because they can set up a bogus, hey, he's going to be signing autographs and here's the agent that we're going to hire to take you through this. I mean, the money that these athletes are going to get now is going to be substantial because there's going to be competition among the colleges to set up the best. Forget facilities. Like, that's over now. Like, Florida's now trying to build facilities, and that's great. It's great that you're going to have them. The new facility, if you want to get in front of everything, it's go build the best marketing firm you can and start telling these 15 and 16-year-olds, you sign with the Gators, and we are going to make you a millionaire before you leave our campus. And they can do it. And all these schools are going to do it. And I think there are endless possibilities for these athletes to make money, particularly the star ones. But again, these 5-star recruits come to campus as stars. So
how about this?
It may not be the Jared Davis 3-star that becomes a big-time college football player. He may not get money until later in his career. Some of these guys that are there 3 years and out, like the Percy Harvins would in this climate that's about to be put into place, he would be a millionaire before he leaves the University of Florida.
Can Adidas offer $300,000 to the next Scotty Lewis to say if you go, or Adidas, Nike, whoever, if you go to Kentucky, Kansas, wherever, if you go to Kansas, we will pay you $300,000 to sign autographs the day you get there.
He has to wear their shoe.
Right.
So that's
assuming he wears their shoe.
Yeah.
It's an Adidas. Kansas is an Adidas school.
Right.
Okay. So if you come to Kansas and wear this Adidas shoe, we will pay you $300,000 to wear the shoe, which, by the way, you were going to wear anyway. And so, by the way, I think that's why Kansas is going to be on probation now, because they've been doing it. They just haven't been doing it legally. So somebody said, well, that will mean small schools don't have a chance to beat out the big school for the guy anyway. Well, not necessarily. Number one, they're not getting him anyway. Okay. Scotty Lewis isn't going to Furman. Okay. He went to Florida over Kentucky, which is a thing. What I think will happen is now the Nikes and the Adidas and the Under Armours will compete with each other. You know who really benefits from this rule? Those three. Because no school can sign with anybody but those. Because now they've got to start spending more money now, or at least spending it over the table. They might have been spending it anyway. That's what's going to happen here, is money that was spent under the table is now going to be over the table.
Yeah, and people say this is the end of the NCAA. No, the NCAA is smart. They earned $1 billion last year. I think they're going to figure out somehow, some way that they can still profit somehow off of these athletes. It's just the athletes now get a chunk as well.
I saw a great tweet earlier today about this. The people are against this. Where's the Pac-12 stand on this? Have they endorsed it?
Their commissioner hates it.
Okay, the Larry Scott hates it. He hates
Isn't
it.
he like the highest paid commissioner?
He makes $5.3 million.
Yeah, that's insane.
He makes $5.3 million, and he's against Joe quarterback making $50,000 to sign shirts. He makes $5.3 million. So you said it right, Hayes. It's going to change forever the way we view college athletics. But you know what?
Mainly college football, basketball, baseball is what I'm thinking.
Football, basketball for the most part. Some baseball, you're right. You know what it'll do? Baseball's. I tell you, let's take a break, because you made a good point about baseball. It might keep some guys out of the draft, or it might keep some guys from signing that would have been. I mean, here's the dilemma a baseball guy has. I'm probably not ready. I don't know that I want to go play rookie league ball in Tacoma. I really would rather go to USC, but the team is going to pay me $1 million signing bonus if I go and be willing to give up my next 3 years of my life playing in these minor league cities. Well, what if USC is also going to pay me that through Nike? We'll talk about that. We'll stay on the topic. It's a good one on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the Best Bet Card Rooms at Jacksonville and Orange Park.
I'm sick of Jalen Ramsey. I'm tired of him acting like a victim. This isn't about Ramsey wanting more money. Who doesn't? This isn't about Ramsey wanting to be traded. I've said for years pro athletes ought to be able to work and live where they want. I think the draft in all sports should be eliminated. This is about Ramsey entering into a system with his eyes wide open, enjoying the fruits of that system until the fruit isn't plentiful enough. This is about Ramsey playing the disrespect card. I'm not certain Ramsey knows what disrespect means. If he wants a visual definition, he can look at a replay of his disrespectful action against his coach on the sideline of the Titans game. Disrespect doesn't mean someone disagrees with you. I wouldn't trade Ramsey. If he balked at playing, I'd suspend him and let him sit.
Check out Uncle Dave's column at 1010XL.com on the homepage. Look for Lamb at Large.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hacker here for Blue Chew and BlueChew.com. What is Blue Chew? Well, Blue Chew is the first chewable performance enhancement for the bedroom. And the great thing about chewables, they can work up to twice as fast than regular pills. Guys, when you go to BlueChew.com, your physician consult is absolutely free. It only takes a few minutes to connect with a BlueChew.com affiliated physician. And if you qualify, guys, you get prescribed online quickly. One of the best things about Blue Chew, no awkward doctor visits, no trips to the pharmacy. That's because BlueChew.com will send you Blue Chew directly to your front door in discreet packaging. Guys, trust me. Go to BlueChew.com and our promo code JAX. That's JAX. When you do that, your first order of Blue Chew is free with only $5 shipping. Get your confidence back, gentlemen, and get Blue Chew at BlueChew.com. Remember to enter promo code JAX.
For the best price and service when it comes to your waste hauling and collecting, look no further than the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Jeff Prosser here, and let me tell you, you're not going to find an easier way to handle your project cleanups than calling in the A-Team at All-American. A J.B. Coxwell company, All-American Roll-Off and Recycling has brand new trucks and cans in all sizes to fit your project needs. No hidden fees. Count on the best price in town. When it comes to cleaning up when the job is done, go with the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Visit us at all-americanrolloff.com.
Nimnick Chevrolet is the #1 Chevrolet dealership in Jacksonville, and they just won Dealer of the Year for 2018. Some of the reasons they're #1 is that they have the most inventory and the best price guarantee. They've been serving and donating to this community for 78 years, and no one cares more about the customers before, but more importantly, after the sale. That's Nimnick Chevrolet. Head there today, won't you? Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Jags fans, this one's for you. Enter the TIAA Bank Take the Field sweepstakes for your chance to win 2 club tickets and get pregame sideline access to be on the field when the Jags come out of the tunnel. A new winner will be chosen for each home game. To enter and for official rules, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. No purchase necessary. Open legal residence in 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Void where prohibited. Entry period from 8/5/2019 to 12/18/2019. For official rules and complete details, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. Sponsor TIAA FSB.
I'm a lemon pepper guy.
I'm a lemon pepper guy.
I'm a lemon pepper gal.
You know who it is, and I'm a lemon pepper guy. Leon Cersei here for Wingstop. Come on, man. It's football season, and these guys have the best wings in town. Use the app and have it delivered right to your home or business. 5 locations, open until midnight, all season long. Serving up lemon pepper or any of your favorite mouth-watering flavors. Wingstop.com.
Can't stop. Wingstop. Right now at Ring Power, your local cat dealer, get 0% for 60 months with 0 down on select new cat compact equipment. Whether you're looking to buy, lease, or rent, we've got the right solution to fit your job site needs. Call Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or visit ringpower.com/CCE offer Jacks. That's Ring Power at 904-295-1062 or ringpower.com/CCE offer Jacks. Terms and conditions apply.
Wake up and smell the great outdoors.
Looky here.
On the Nimnicht Outdoor Show.
Let's do it, boys.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin, and Captain Kirk.
I saw all these ducks on the water.
This Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Leon Cersei here, my friends, over at R&R Tires Express is your one-stop tire, wheel, and alignment specialist. Did you know that R&R offers an affordable way to get your tires needs and the wheels you want with their everyone's approved easy payment options? New tires installed for only $20 or custom wheels and tire packages just $50. With R&R's 6-month Savings Cash program, and installation, rotation, balance, flat repair, and roadside assistance is free. Wheels you want, tires you need, and R&R's 6-month Same as Cash. Ask for the Leon Special, and R&R will give you $100 off your purchase. For locations, go to rnrtires.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters after every big storm? A-Plus Gutters says no more. With their leaf and gutter protection, you'll never have to clean out those gutters again. A-Plus offers a 10-year workmanship warranty for any job, big or small. Call A-Plus Gutters, 924-5650.
Looking for a place where you can grow your skills for a more fulfilling career? A place that can take you further with advanced industry training that can be completed in a year or less? If so, FSCJ is the place for you. FSCJ offers flexible classes that work with any schedule, with many online accelerated options to choose from. Our programs are tailored to meet high-demand workforce needs, ensuring you are prepared for success. Let FSCJ help you get to the next level. Visit fscj.edu to get started today.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Zero-Res stands for zero residue. It's all about the science. No soaps, no detergents means cleaner, longer. Call us to get your carpets, tile and grout, area rugs, and furniture cleaned. Zero-Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Hey, glad you're with us. We continue along here. We're talking about this rule, this law, listen to me, rule, passed in California that will allow athletes to make money off their name, image, and likeness, and Florida may do it before that. The baseball guy's a great example. Pitcher out of Sandalwood. Pitcher out of Sandalwood is a really good player. And wants to go to Florida. Okay? He grew up a Gator fan, diehard Gator fan, wants to go. Sully loves him. Wants to go there.
Good program to go to, ranked top in the country right now.
Absolutely it is. So you go to Florida. But you throw 95. The Blue Jays draft you with the 8th overall pick and offer you $3 million. That's probably not a good example because that guy's going to sign.
Third round pick.
Yeah, your second round pick. The second round pick that you're going to get signing bonus of $900,000. Okay, whatever. So, and you want to go to Florida, but $1 million is $1 million. You're not sure what to do. So now Nike can say, okay, we'll give you $200,000 a year, $250,000 a year for 3 years if you stay at Florida for all 3 years, which you'd have to if you signed there, to sign autographs 8 times a year. Now I got the $750 to go to Florida, which is really what I want to do, versus the $900 to sign with the Blue Jays. I'm going to college. So that's what this rule can really rear its head is with college. I didn't even think about that. Lawrence, you said baseball. I thought, no, it's just football, basketball. But then I got thinking, not necessarily, because baseball players out of high school make that kind of money too. That could really change. Now, that is where the haves could really start dominating the have-nots in baseball.
Well, we've talked about the guys that you have to have with coaching buyouts. Well, the schools that have the guys that can afford the coaching buyouts also have all these businesses where whether it's a speaker fee, hey, we'd like to have Kyle Trask come speak to us, and, we're willing to pay him $80,000 to do that. Something exorbitant that's more than what they would regularly spend, but there's nothing that prevents them from doing it. And it's just something that can easily be arranged between the big-time boosters at these schools and the schools. Again, this is something I don't think the athletic director should necessarily be involved in, but the athletic director can absolutely hire a team of people that's all they do. And not to say he's unaware of it, but just that, and if you're a school like a Florida, Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, and you've got 25, 30 boosters that are willing to spend on these athletes to come, whether it's meet and greets or autograph signings or whatever it is, there will be, trust me, there will be a million things that these companies can hire these athletes to do. And again, I forget the slide. The slide at Clemson no longer means anything because all that's going to matter now in the recruiting war is how much money can you make for these athletes when they sign with your school.
And I think the NCAA has good intentions. The amount of money that a student athlete can make while they're in school should not affect where they go to school. I think that's the NCAA's point. Don't recruit a kid based off of any sort of money they can make when they actually get to that university, but let them profit while they're there because of the great things that they do. Sure, that's fine. The problem is there's no way to separate A and B.
Well, there's two things that'll bug the NCAA about this, to your point. Number one, it is going to be even easier for Alabama to beat out Tulane for the kid now. Now, Alabama's been beating out Tulane, so maybe that's maybe beat out Kentucky. It's going to be easier for Alabama to beat out Kentucky for the football player or Kentucky to beat out Alabama for the basketball player because of this. But they've been beating them anyway. It's just going to make it easier. The other thing is, it is going to cause a separation in the locker room. The quarterback's already probably treated better than the walk-on holder, but that gap's really going to be because at least now the quarterback's got to hide the money. Now he's making $300,000 a year to sign his autographs or whatever the number is, And the walk-on holder is still the walk-on holder guy. One of the things that bugs me the most of all the stupid rules the NCAA has, did you know, and it might have changed, but I don't think so, that a walk-on cannot eat at the training table? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Now, that might have changed, but could not eat at the training table. So when you see all these videos in August, and okay, Joe Smith, nice job. By the way, Joe Smith, you're on scholarship. And everyone goes crazy, and they high-five the guy. Well, now the guy can eat. Before that guy could not eat at the training table. They couldn't buy his food. Think about that. So he literally had to eat somewhere else while everybody else ate in the massive, unbelievable cafeteria. This guy couldn't eat. Isn't that stupid?
Yeah,
that's a shame.
One of the stupid. So that's what it means. When you see all those guys high-five, their food just got better. On top of everything else, their nutrition just got better.
I would cheer for that too.
Absolutely. So anyway, that's kind of it'll be interesting to see what happens, how it changes. Certainly going to change college football, as we know it, no question about it. We'll take a break. Let's talk some Knowles coming up in a bit. Also, at the end of the hour, we're going to get into some baseball talk. Gibby, we got hardball tonight. Did you know that?
We do.
Gibby, you follow baseball, right?
I do, very closely.
There's baseball. Did you know it, Hayes? Even you might have known this.
I do know.
It's
no baseball for me tonight.
No.
I will be watching Guns N' Roses.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You got the show tonight. Okay. Yeah. You know what? A little jealous. Not gonna lie.
But I'll catch highlights.
You'll catch highlights.
I mean, or maybe tomorrow morning.
Guns N' Roses tonight for Hayes Carl. You know what?
I hope you get to sleep in tomorrow morning. I hope you're off kid duty.
That won't happen. but I'll be hopefully I'll be ecstatically exhausted.
Let's talk Knowles when we come back on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Did you know that Scrubbles Car Wash now has 2 locations? The one you know and love in the St. John's Town Center, and one now in Fleming Island. That's right, Scrubbles is now open at 1725 Eagle Harbor Parkway, and good news, Scrubbles has more locations to come. Lauren Brooks here. Scrubbles Car Wash uses quality soaps and solutions that help keep your vehicle streak-free. You'll love the Scrubbles Tunnel Wash, and the soapy light show experience is one the whole family will enjoy. Every 3-minute car wash package from Scrubbles comes with self-serve vacuuming, lint-free towels, window cleaner, and a free air freshener. Remember, trust the bow tie. You'll know quality once you arrive.
The Ernie Palmer Toyota 1010XL Weekly Pick'em Game offers 16 weekly winners a chance to compete against each other in the regular season finale with a 2019 Crew Max Toyota Tundra on the line. Are you Jacksonville's smartest fan? Enter and find official game rules at 1010XL.com.
StreamSong is home to Florida's highest-rated golf collection. StreamSong Red, StreamSong Blue, and of course StreamSong Black, which Golf Digest 2018 just named as the best new public course in North America. I'm talking about StreamSong Black. Of course, 4 fine and casual restaurants, a rooftop bar, spa, and 3 nationally ranked courses: StreamSong Red, Blue, and StreamSong Black. StreamSong. Check them out today. Visit StreamSongResort.com.
Here's a quick tip from your fast file bankruptcy expert, Don Dufresne with the law offices of Parker & Dufresne. This is attorney Don Dufresne. Did you know that a 720 credit score can save you hundreds if you're financing purchases? Before buying a house, car, or any other large investment, think about your credit score. Often you can gain 10 to 20 points by making simple adjustments. For more quick tips, visit jackslawcenter.com. Relief, restore, renew. Parker & Dufresne. Offices, Jacksonville.
Football season is here, and you know what that means, right? It's time to bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. MyBookie has odds on every game and more prop bets than any other sports book, and absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Did you know you can bet on games after kickoff or parlay your picks to score a huge profit on a small wager? At MyBookie, you can. Don't play on some no-name sports book. If you're gonna bet this football season, be smart. Bet with the best at MyBookie.ag. Sign up today and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to wager on your favorite teams. Use promo code RADIO right now to get your exclusive double your money offer. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code RADIO. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.
The
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
The area's most trusted boat dealers join together for a brand new boat show at Nocatee. Pontoons, ski boats, cruisers, fishing boats, and personal watercraft at the absolute best prices of the year. Free admission October 5th and 6th. The Boat Show at Nocatee. 400 Nocatee Center Way, Ponte Vedra Beach. Details at boatjax.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists helps you be the best when you play and brings you
the best of the drill replay.
I like this guy. Jeff, you don't actually watch football, you skip through. Hey, Jack, I watch more football than you do, Chief.
Oh, Jeff is on his last nerve with you text liners.
Yeah.
And he wants to start a new segment where he brings in one of you.
We bring in one of you.
To sit here, and then we're going to fricassee you.
Yeah, we'll put you under the spotlight.
And I'll know he's serious if this gets sponsored.
Mornings on 1010XL. Now your local Hyundai dealers present the Offensive Player of the Game.
Leonard Fournette ran like a thoroughbred in the Mile High City. The third-year running back rushed for 225 yards on 29 carries, both of which would set a new career high for him in what was an impressive display on offense in Denver. Fournette's showcase on the field reminded us why he's a prime-time player, and he's your North Florida Hyundai dealer's Offensive Player of the Game.
Team, if we strive to make things better like Hyundai, we will have success. If we commit to being the best like Hyundai, we will have...
Are the snacks after the game, Coach?
Molly's mom brought snacks.
Yeah!
Success! Right now, get a new Hyundai Elantra or Santa Fe with 0% APR financing for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end 10/31/19. Call 877-616-8513 for complete feature and offer details.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell, inviting you to the Jaguar Legends Community Gala on Saturday, October 12th. Join me along with many of your favorite Jaguars legends. Special performance by Grammy Award-winning group the Quad City DJs. Get your tickets now at jaxevents.com.
I love the fall in Jacksonville. You know what else is absolutely out of this world? The fall over at the Blue Crab Crab House. Sit out on that deck, enjoy the best Bloody Marys in town. Absolutely a staple right here throughout the city. Located on Julington Creek Road in San Jose, the best seafood, crabs, oysters, it does not matter. Locally owned and operated going back to 1996. I'm talking about the Blue Crab Crab House, located on Julington Creek Road in San Jose.
This is the Mangler. By now you've heard my commercial for Advanced Disposal and our need for CDL drivers. As a result, we've added some good drivers to our team. However, we still have some positions to fill. We're looking for CDL drivers in Northeast Florida, especially in Clay County, St. Johns County, and yes, Duval! Come be a starter on our team. Earn a solid wage and get full benefits. Head to our website, advanceddisposal.com/careers, and get signed up today. That's advanceddisposal.com/careers.
Equal opportunity employer.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Are you kidding me tonight?
Gibby's getting me ready.
Here's what I want to know.
I'm going to play this last, by the way.
Okay, here's what I want to, listen to me, Lauren Brooks. What I want to know is after, I don't know, that 12th Jack and Coke, what's that poor Uber driver going to be hearing on the way back to St. John's, Florida? Can you imagine being that guy? How would you like to be that guy?
That guy's going to be in Paradise City.
Well done. That guy's going to tell his wife, you should see the dude I just took off. Okay. I had to take a guy from the arena all the way to St. John. Oh, you have no idea. You know what? I love this job. That's what he goes. Let's go to Allie McNeil, who checks in now. Hello, Allie. How are you?
Hi, guys. Are you guys heading out to the concert tonight?
You know, I'm not, but I know Hayes is, and he's beside himself. He can't wait to go see. Are you going, Allie?
I'm not going. I'm actually really sad that I'm not going, but a lot of my friends are going to be there, so I'll just have to vicariously live through them.
Yeah, if you see a guy, average looking guy, 5'11", 2 bills.
Thank you, Frank. I'll take average looking.
Okay, all right. Just and all of a sudden, just stands there, Normal-looking guy, looks like he ought to be mowing his lawn on Saturday morning, not causing much trouble, yanking the shirt off and waving it around like a flag. Allie, you'll know who that is, okay?
It's definitely not Hayes, because he is going to definitely, by far, be the most attractive man in
You're very
the arena.
sweet.
There you go. There you go. What's going on these days, Allie?
We got World Poker Tour. It is here. They kicked off their first event this past weekend. So there's been big numbers and lots of gaming going on. So plenty of poker to play. This weekend, there's a $570 buy-in tournament with a $200,000 guaranteed prize pool. You can play either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday at 11, and then you come back and finish it out day 2 on Sunday. Remember, that is a $200,000 guaranteed prize pool. There's also a huge satellite Friday night at 6 p.m. So that is a $590 buy-in, and that has 5 seats guaranteed to get you into the $5,000 buy-in main event. That main event does have a $1 million guaranteed prize pool, and there are 30 bounties. So they have celebrity bounties from around the world, celebrities via Poker celebrities, whether they're radio celebrities, whether they are just Hollywood celebrities, but they come in all shapes and sizes, and they're going to be down there. Knock any one of those celebrity bounties out, and you get $2,500 in cash on the spot. So it's a great tournament. Tons and tons of action and lots of fun. So if you're not a big tournament player, there's obviously cash going on in both locations. And from my understanding, I haven't been to the card room in a few days, but everybody is talking about how the cash games have been very good lately. And that's just because a lot of people are traveling into town for the World Poker Tour, and everybody's fired up and ready to go. So definitely make sure you head out to Best Bet Jacksonville this weekend.
How about next week? We have our tournament's got $350 bounties. How about that?
Yes, that's right. October 9th, 10 XL event.
$350, Hayes. Okay,
that's awesome.
And that'll be. I think that's Allie, Prosser, and Scobie. We're all good players now, so you got to bring your A game.
Earn them.
Knock them out. $350.
$350. But here's the thing: you knock us out, and the nice thing is you get $350 back. So you get the free roll of the tournament. But it's really cool because it's still going to be the same group of people. We're going to have all the Googans and everybody out there. But the price point is a little bit higher, but it is a trophy event. So it's really going to be cool to have one of our 1010XL listeners take home that trophy. And I think that that's pretty exciting. So we're looking forward to that. And we'll probably, whoever wins that event, we're going to have them on the show the next week because why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't
we? Talk about how that goes.
All right. Allie McTeal checking in for the best bet. Thanks, Allie. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Allie McTeal checking in. 350 bounties. How about that? That's a week from tomorrow.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I need to. We'll get to my FSU point in a minute. I want to know the plan tonight. Are you drinking heavily, taking the Uber, taking your shirt off? Do you have a bandana?
That's funny. I do not.
Okay.
Which Axel does.
Yeah.
So
Need
I don't
one
know
for Gardner Minshew.
I don't know if Axel still wears his,
Yeah.
but maybe that's where Gardner Minshew got the inspiration.
That's exciting.
for the
You're going to-
bandana.
I mean, I will say this. My wife loves Guns N' Roses. She doesn't love the concerts with all the lights and all, so it's a little bit harder for her. So we're not going to go. We talked about it, but I'll bet that's a great show. I'll bet and I love concerts. I'll bet if you're a Guns N' Roses fan, there's some bands that even if you're a big fan of the band, it's not necessarily a great show because they're not necessarily a great concert band. I'll bet tonight is off the chart.
Yeah, I hope. I saw him once, and it was when they opened for Motley Crue here at the old Coliseum in like 1987. Yeah. It was the first concert I ever went to, and they had such a horrible setup because they were the opening act.
Right.
It's the only time I've ever seen them. So I am looking forward to seeing them when it's their house and everything. And this is a tour they've been doing. It's sort of like the Stones. The Stones had done the No Filter tour in Australia, in Asia, in Europe, and then North America. So it was a really fine-tuned machine. Guns N' Roses has done something similar. This is the second stop on the U.S. leg, but they've done this. It's all their hits. I mean, they're not playing anything.
Right.
They do a couple covers, but it's like a 23-song set list, and it's everything you'd want to hear if you're a fan of the band.
That's awesome.
And they'll sell out arenas all over. I'll bet. 'Cause they were just in Charlotte. I'll bet they'll be. I mean, this is a good arena band. They'll sell them out. I'll bet.
I would think.
When you think Guns N' Roses, I would think will sell out their stuff.
I would think so. So you were what, like 10 years old?
I was like 11. Yeah, I've got some really good, understanding parents.
Did you get drunk or not?
Not that night.
Okay.
But
You've told us the story before, and I still can't wrap my head around the fact that you were only 11.
Yeah,
Would
and
you let Avery go
and
to
my
a concert at
stepbrother
11?
went, and he was younger than me.
What?
Yeah, it
That's
was
awesome.
my stepmom's daughter who is older than us.
Okay.
'Cause she was like in high school. So she agreed to take us with her boyfriend. And so it was me and Sean and Tawny and her boyfriend, and it was awesome. So she made sure that we were okay, and
that's freaking awesome.
We loved it. But we went for Motley Crue. That was the band.
Right.
So that was when like Tommy Lee had the spinning drum set, and it was the girls tour. Guns N' Roses just happened to be opening for them, and it was before it was before Sweet Child O' Mine, any of that, and we were like, God, can you believe how bad this band is? And then like 6 months later, they were the biggest rock band in the world.
We've done this before, but how old were you first concert?
In high school, I was 16.
Gibby, how old were you first concert? Do you remember?
9.
No, you went to Natural. So Gibby went young too. I was 15. I was 15 first concert, but that's really cool. That's really cool. It's gonna be a blast tonight.
What is your favorite Guns N' Roses song?
You Could Be Mine.
Okay.
Is my favorite.
Okay.
All right, Gibby. Hint, hint.
Yeah, you might hear that one.
Oh, it's going to be crazy down at the arena. Let's take a break. I do have a thought about the Knowles coming up this week. We'll have it for you after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Ernie Palmer Toyota 1010XL Weekly Pick'em Game offers 16 weekly winners a chance to compete against each other in the regular season finale with a 2019 Crew Max Toyota Tundra on the line. Are you Jacksonville's smartest fan? Enter and find official game rules at 1010XL.com.
Folks, if you want a bank you really can trust, you want Center State Bank. With 7 locations here on the First Coast, you can trust Center State Bank. Boy, they're good at it. They're good bankers, commercial bankers. They pride themselves in being Florida's business bank because they know how hard it is to start a business, to maintain a business. They're good at it. But they also can be your personal bank. They are for me in both realms. I trust my friends at Center State Bank. I trust them. I can't think of a better thing to say about someone handling your money than I trust them. Center State Bank, Florida's business bank.
Own a home? Lee & Kate's Glass is Northeast Florida's go-to for residential glass services. From tub and shower enclosures to broken or fogged windows. For more information and to request a quote, visit leeandkatesglass.com.
Dailies is named Dailies for a reason, because they're there every day, ready to serve you. And in the cold case, there's a cold Bud Light waiting for you, too. From 12 to 18 packs, or a couple of cold 16-ounce cans of Bud Light on the go. It's always cold at Dailies.
At Farah & Farah, we represent people from all walks of life in matters involving personal injury cases. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter which neighborhood you call home, because everyone deserves justice, dignity, and respect. And remember, when it comes to compensation, you only get one shot. Make it count. Call Farah & Farah at 800-500-5555. Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again. This year, we will recognize 12 local heroes in our community and honor them with a brand new vehicle. 12 heroes will be getting 12 new vehicles. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, and new this year, your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
Laser hair removal is not just for women. I don't know if you think that, but if you do, just get that right out of your head because it is for everyone. We all have embarrassing, unwanted hair, and we all want to get rid of it, right? Well, it's Client Appreciation Month at Ideal Image Med Spa, and they're celebrating by giving you up to 70% off laser hair removal. Their simple treatments will destroy hair follicles in a matter of minutes. You're going to save time, money, save yourself from a lifetime of shaving. Their medical and nursing professionals have mastered the process of laser hair removal and stand behind it as one of the best ways to get rid of that hair for good. Ideal Image Med Spa, they've performed over 6 million laser hair removal treatments nationwide. Call now. It's a complimentary private consultation. 904-652-0652. That's 904-652-0652. Located at the Markets at Town Center, US 17, just south of Orange Park on Fleming Island, and St. Augustine in Diane's Marketplace. Medical Director, Dr. Holly Hickman. Check them out at idealimage.com.
The best of XL Primetime Replay is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, helping you be the best when you play.
There has never been parity in college football.
And never will be.
There never will be parity in college football.
It's not how it's set up. It's not set up like the NFL.
That is not a revelation.
That's the reality of it, right?
There are the bigs, and then there's everyone else that gets kicked around and just shows up, picks up a check, and leaves.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, not for sale to minors. Website restricted to adults 21 and over.
Let's be real. Most smokers aren't looking for some overcomplicated vaping machine. That's why we created My Blue. My Blue is simple. Our pre-filled liquid pods mean there's no mess. One charge and My Blue lasts all day. And with our range of flavors and nicotine options, you have a choice. My Blue answers on what matters for smokers. Real nicotine satisfaction. And right now, try My Blue for $1 at select retailers or myblue.com.
Catch more fish with Captain Kevin.
Cast your line right over there.
The Moe's Southwest Grill fishing forecast.
Some people like turtle, frog legs, and a country ham.
Brought to you by Ring Power, MyBookie, and Marine Max. Thursday nights at 8 on 1010XL AM.
John's Auto has been in Jacksonville for 32 years. That doesn't happen by cheating customers. At John's Auto, their reputation is in its work. Top quality for a lower price. It's full service at John's Auto. Brake, shocks, alignment, transmission, front end repair, tires, and they specialize in AC repair, whether it's the repair itself or getting your AC coolant checked. John's Auto, Arlington Road. Call 743-3857, a family-owned business.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them the solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
More of The Frangie Show now on a Nimnick Tuesday. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Thank you, sir.
In case you missed it earlier, Hayes is going to see Guns N' Roses tonight. It's going to be an absolute blast. Welcome back to a Nimnick Tuesday here on The Frangie Show. The Florida State Seminoles, before the NC State game, were last in the entire NCAA, all FBS schools, in time of possession with just 25 minutes.
That's amazing.
They're now only 129th out of 130th, because Middle Tennessee apparently also cannot possess the ball. But 129th out of 130 teams sits FSU with time of possession.
Yeah, that's an amazing stat, but it'll lay into or feed into what I'm going to tell you right now, because here is my 10-10 take, brought to you by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. You got to play Hornibrook, and you got to stay with them. Look, I like James Blackman. Everything you hear, I say I don't know him, but I like what I hear about James Blackman. Ultimate team guy, well-liked by his teammates, damn good player, bigger arm than Hornibrook. More athletic than Hornibrook. But some magic happened when Hornibrook went into the game. Your team changed, whether it's all that veteran leadership, all that savvy from having played as long as he had. This is a really important year for Florida State, a really critical year. He is the hot hand. I don't think it's going to be as dramatic enough that you're going to win all your games and Blackman suddenly becomes Wally Pipp. But I do believe that you got to play him. I think right now you say, James, you're next man up. It's not your fault you got hurt. You're the ultimate gamer. We would love to play you. We believe in you. We believe in who you are, your leadership for this football team. You waited your turn. All that's true. But nothing's bigger than the team, and something about the way Hornibrook plays. He's not as talented. I would not pull him. I would, and even if I lost to Clemson, I wouldn't pull him. Now, if he plays awful, I'd pull him. But I would commit myself to the hot hand, and the hot hand is rolling right now, and I think the Noles should play Alex Hornibrook no matter what, right? If it's me, and it's no knock on Blackman, right now he's my starting quarterback. If I'm the Noles, there's your 10-10 take.
10-10 take.
Agree or disagree?
I agree, but I'm also the person who believes Minshew stays the quarterback of the Jaguars even once Nick Foles gets healthy, assuming the Jaguars are still winning. But, Hayes, you disagree, right?
Yeah, I would stay with Blackman, and I understand the point. And Hornibrook, I was really impressed with how he played against NC State. But I think we haven't allowed James Blackman to play with the adjusted Seminole defense, which I don't know whether it was Jim Leavitt or what, but they're a different unit. I mean, again, James Blackman scored 31 against Boise State. He got into the 20s against Virginia. He's thrown 9 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's completing nearly 70% of his passes. So to me, I would want to see James Blackman coupled with a defense that I think is starting to find its legs a little bit when you go into Clemson.
I get it. And I think they're going to play Blackman. I think they're going to do what you said. I think there's something about the hot hand. We're going to talk more about the Seminoles is by next week when the Clemson game comes around. Both teams have an off week this week. But I do sense that they found something special here. I had Willie Taggart fired, but I said I never thought he would be fired at 3-3 after the Clemson game. I didn't think there's any way they were going to be 3-3. So we'll see what happens with the Noles. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. Can FSU regain that swagger? Not the fake swagger. Everybody's got the fake swagger sometimes too. I mean the real one, the real swagger, the real. You're afraid of them when they get off the bus. FSU had that forever, not just over ACC teams. Hell, they had it over Florida for a while, right?
They even had it when Jameis was there.
You know what? They did have it when Jameis was there.
I'm still afraid.
Yeah, I mean they did. So, but they really had it in the 80s and 90s, the late 80s and 90s. They really had it in the 90s. So, can they regain that swagger? It'll be fun to see if they do. And again, we'll talk more. We've talked a lot about the Noles lately. We'll certainly talk more about them as we get closer to the Clemson.
By the way, you reestablish that swagger if you beat Clemson.
Yeah. Well, then if you beat Clemson, all bets are off.
Yeah.
By the way, then all the Gators make jokes about Willie Taggart getting the extension. Beat Clemson, you might get it. That change. And we'll talk more about that next week when we get closer to the game. But that changes everything. I don't think they can beat Clemson. If the game was in Tallahassee, I'd give them a puncher's chance. At Clemson, I don't even give them a puncher's chance. I don't think they can win the game.
And Clemson just had a scare. No,
I
get it.
But
if there's one team Clemson's going to face in the ACC with nearly the talent that they have, it's Florida State.
It's the closest to it.
Yeah.
It's the closest to it. So we'll wind up seeing. All right. We'll talk more about this in the next hour. But Gibby, handicap that ball game for me tonight.
Well, it's Brandon Woodruff against Max Scherzer tonight, and that's a terrific matchup. Obviously, you know about Max Scherzer, but if you don't know about Brandon Woodruff, he is an outstanding pitcher, right-handed pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. He was injured, had an oblique injury earlier this year, but the guy is an outstanding player. Last year, he pitched in the playoffs out of the bullpen and was really good, so good they made him a starter. So I think Woodruff and Scherzer is going to be an outstanding matchup tonight. You know, I think in this postseason, it's interesting to note the teams that have not won a World Series. I'm not sure people realize the Brewers have never won a World Series. They have not. The Nationals have not, of course, and the Rays have not. And the other longest World Series title drought, the Dodgers. The last time the Dodgers won the World Series, 1988.
That's of the teams that are in it. That's the longest
correct.
drought.
The teams that are in the playoffs.
Gibson run. Yeah. I will tell you. It's Scherzer against Woodruff, but what it really is Scherzer against the hot streak of the Brewers.
Right.
It's Scherzer against the Brewers are the hottest team going right now. Who you like, Gib?
I probably like the Nats because of Scherzer.
I'm not going against Scherzer. I'm not picking against
Scherzer. In a one-gamer, and there's really nobody you could ask for better.
He is so – Scherzer might be the best guy going at this. What made – Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods so good, not only were they stupid talented, but they had a feistiness that you weren't going to beat them. They were going to just will you. I mean, on top of all the talent. You know that? Both Jordan and I'm not even sure LeBron's got that, but Jordan had it and Tiger had it, that somehow they were going to will them. Muhammad Ali had it. They were going to will themselves to be better than you that day, no matter what. That's why they were so great. Now, I'm not saying Scherzer's got the talent of Jordan, Woods, and Muhammad Ali. I'm not saying that. But he's got that you wouldn't want to be. He's not the guy you want to fight. You know what I mean? That's why I can't go against Max Scherzer.
Yeah, I think the Nationals win the game as well. It's interesting looking at the playoffs going in. I saw a couple things that Tom Vertucci wrote previewing it about how it's a home run contest. That he looked at last year – and the team that hit more home runs in 23 playoff games, in which the teams hit a differing amount. There were 10 games where they hit the same amount of home runs. But in the 23 games in which one team hit more home runs than the other, that team won 83% of the games.
Wow.
And Justin Verlander told him the other day, you can't even pitch to try and avoid or minimal contact now. You have to pitch to totally avoid it. And the stat Verducci threw out there was opposite field home runs of 400 feet or more are up 55% over last year.
Wow. How about that?
That's
Oppo.
crazy.
Because nobody hit Oppo home runs in mass.
Yeah.
He hits them, and nobody hit them in mass.
And bombs.
Well, that's
so. I mean, the ball is made it so you don't play for There's no small ball at all. It's just whoever hits the most home runs is going to win the World Series.
You know the one thing, Gibby, that has given pitchers a chance more than anything else has given the pitchers a chance.
What's that?
The what do you call it? The strike, the televised strike zone. What's the name for it, Gibby? What's it called? The K
zone, or I'm not sure exactly what they call it, but it's it's the box that's on TV that you see.
You watch the game, you see the box now.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, because of that box, umpires now have to give the high strike. Gibby, you know this. Before the box, nothing above the belt was a strike. Even though you're supposed to give all the way to the armpits, nobody ever called the high strike. Well, now with the box, you got to call the high strike, and that gives Verlander and Garrett Cole a chance. Because when Verlander goes upstairs, when Garrett Cole goes upstairs, you're not going to hit it. And now if it's called a strike, see, before you could take that pitch. You could always take the pitch above the belt. And half the time, 3/4 of the time, you didn't get it called. So they had to come down, and then you could put the barrel on it. The guys, if Nolan Ryan had this strike, how many strikeouts would Nolan Ryan have had if they would have given him the strike at the letters? Think about that.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about.
I mean, he would have had more no-hitters. He had 7. He had 7 no-hitters.
It's hard to believe.
He would if they'd have given Nolan Ryan a strike at the letters, then nobody can hit that. No one would have hit Nolan Ryan's strike at the letters. I mean, no one hits Garrett Cole's strike at the letters, so it would have been. But that's what gives pitchers that's the one. And Scherzer will live up there tonight. By the way, he'll live up there.
Y'all picked the Nats, but of course there's a local tie with the Brewers, Ben Gamel. And for people who want to watch the game out tonight, Strings Sports Brewery has Best Kid on the Block, an actual beer named after Ben Gamel, because the Adib brothers grew up with Ben down in Neptune Beach, and he was always the best kid on the block when it came to playing any sport, especially baseball. So they've got that beer on tap, so people can go there tonight. You can go there before the concert, Hayes.
There you go.
You know what I see? Game plan is what that is. All right, Lauren, you're going to take the hour off to get back for Helmets and Heels.
See ya.
Hayes and I'll come back, get it back to Jaguars football after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.